Right, it's 4:30 and we are to open this extraordinary general meeting on the 11th of March at 4:30, and we, in accordance with the Local Government Act, Cowra Council are recording this meeting and will upload the recording to Council's website. By speaking at this meeting, you agree to being recorded and having that recording published in the public domain. Please ensure that when you speak at council meetings, you are respectful to others and use appropriate language at all times. Cowra Council accepts no liability for any defamatory or offensive remarks or gestures made during the course of this meeting. We acknowledge traditional custodians of the land on which we gather, the Wiradjuri people, and pay our respects elders both past and present. There is a list of apologies. We have apologies from Councillor Cheryl Downey, Councillor Sharon Delbo, Councillor Nikki Kiss, and who is ill, and Councillor Michael Jones, who is also ill. A Director of Corporate Services, sorry. Michael's not a councillor, he's a Director of Corporate Services. Michael Jones is also ill. So I will move that somebody moved and seconded. Thank you, Councillor West and Councillor Watt. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you. Do we have council and staff please indicate in relation to any interest you need to declare, what report item you're declaring an interest in, whether the interest is pecuniary or non-pecuniary, and what's the nature of the interest? Do we have anybody declare anything? No declarations, then we'll move on. We have no presentations. We have no public forum. This meeting is called to assess the development application number 57/2020, and we have a recommendation in front of us. This is referred from a former meeting, and it is here for your interest and your approval or not approval. I have a mover, Councillor West, a seconder, Councillor Paul Smith. And would you like to speak, Councillor West?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think that it's to be noted that this came back to Council as a result of a couple of conditions of consent being required to be tidied up. But in terms of the DA itself, I think it's something that we alluded to in the council meeting recently, that two weeks ago, that this has been some time coming. It's been a result of a lot of hard work by council staff and people involved and the developer as well. And it's good to see it get to this particular point in time, and we can move forward with I think a historical site which has had this activity there for, I would suggest, I don't know, I'll stand corrected, but probably 60 years in some form or other. With that, I'll leave any further comment to write a reply should I require it.
Thank you, Councillor West. Councillor Smith.
Councillor West has stolen my thunder and said it all, so I'll say nothing.
Thank you, Councillor Smith. Any further comments? Councillor Judy Smith.
Who knows which one is mine? I have a question through the Mayor to the Director, if possible, and I just can't find it now, but in one of the conditions of consent, and it's the one that we were concerned about before, it talks about a full what is it? 31, 30. Yeah, whole occupation certificate, and that. So my question is, before that whole occupation certificate is delivered, which requires a whole lot of things to be satisfied, they're still able to conduct their business as they are now. Thank you. That's what I thought.
Yep, through the chair, they definitely can continue. These are conditions that before we can give them a final certificate saying everything is being done, that they have to comply with those first.
Councillor Watt.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Would like to thank the Director for presenting this amended report to us. What we see as change from the last meeting is the removal of some conditions that were at the end, which said a partial or whole certificate had to be in place before they could continue their operations, which, as we've discussed, is not something that's practical for this applicant, as what we are doing is working together with them to make sure all of the paperwork is signed off correctly here, but not wanting to hurt their business, as has been operating in this form for some time. So I'm very happy to support this DA.
Thank you, Councillor Watt. Any further comment? Right, a reply, councillor West? Not needed. I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Carried. Close the meeting. Thank you very much. Well done. That was quick. Well, we'll see you in half an hour.